former VP Kamala Harris announces new book called 107 Days About Her Failed 2024 Campaign. By the way, Patriots, trust the plan. I told you this is exactly what was going to happen, and it's happening, okay? I told you she's going to be quiet until she comes out and does a book announcement, okay? And there it is. Classic. For the record, during the book announcement tomorrow, you will hear stuff from her that is very convincing, if you want to be convinced, that is. For months on end, she did not say a single damn thing. Now she wants to sell the book. I am getting you geared up for all of the liberal wave. Liberals are going to be relentless, not the loser manual. Anyway, very excited to see what this girl boss has to say.
Just over a year ago, I launched my campaign for President of the United States. 107 days, traveling the country, fighting for our future. The shortest presidential campaign in modern history. It was intense, high stakes, and deeply personal for me and for so many of you. Since leaving office, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on those days. Talking with my team, my family, my friends, and pulling my thoughts together. In essence, writing a journal that is this book, 107 Days.
Dear Diary, you ain't never gonna believe what I am about to write down on you.
With candor and reflection, I've written a behind-the-scenes account of that journey. I believe there's value in sharing what I saw, what I learned, and what I know it will take to move forward. In writing this book, one truth kept coming back to me. Sometimes the fight takes a while, but I remain full of hope, and I remain clear-eyed. I will never stop fighting to make our country reflect the very best of its ideals, always on behalf of the people. So thank you for being in this fight with me. I am forever grateful. And I cannot wait for you to read this. And I'll see you out there.
Blue and On is going to go crazy tomorrow. Step 1, go on the Stephen Colbert show. Step 2, say something subtly. Say something like a little bit pro-Palestinian, more so than usual, more so than you ever said. But then you also still obviously talk about how Hamas is responsible, and Hamas is the reason why there's some problems with aid distribution, or she'll say something like Hamas can just end this by releasing the hostages, something like that, and then every single liberal is going to be like, this is crazy. This is Kamala Harris has once again did it. She girl bossed it. She actually fucking was pro-Palestinian all along, and you guys didn't want her to win because you're racist or something. I hope I'm wrong. I'm just so cynical. I don't personally believe that liberals have a tendency to learn their lesson. Like, this is, I think, marginal. The people who think Kamala Harris is the rightful president of the United States are not happy about the prospect of a Harris 2028 run. Girl, you won the 2024 presidential election. Should have fought for it. A 2028 run? We don't want the old guard. I think she would have done a good job if she won, but I'm too disappointed by the lack of follow-up on election discrepancies. So, Stephen Colbert, 2028. Austin's here. Want to come say hi, Austin?
Yeah, I'll come say hi.
Bro, she didn't listen to you? Yeah, she said, I'm speaking instead of that.
I had so many things to say about that book.
All right, wait, here, let's hear it, because we're just talking about it right now. Hold on.
Talking about the book? You're covering the book?
A little bit. Here, pull up the chair from over there.
I was going to take a knee. Oh, my God. Hi, Kaya. No, I was going to say, first of all, hello, good afternoon. No, what I'm saying is I saw the book come out this morning, and first of all, and then she drops this TikTok. Okay, did you see the TikTok?
I did. I'm coming out with this book.
Oh, like she said, hey, whatever, you think that I've been not doing anything. but I've been writing a book. Like, who gives a? Why is she writing a book or releasing a book about
America's
she
on
lost?
fire. America's on fire. America's
She
on fire.
lost.
Nobody cares.
Why do we want to read a book?
We're no longer literate, Kamala. The Department of Education is being bombed. Okay.
I don't understand it. I really don't understand.
We don't know how to read no more.
Yeah, well, okay, so here's the deal. I'm boycotting the book. Okay, I'm not, but here's the tricky part. I lost a bet in your Discord, and now I have to I have to read the book. So I have to steal the book in order. I don't know how to do this ethically,
Bitch,
but I have to figure out
reading.
No, I haven't read. I swear to God, I haven't read a book in 15 years. But I'm reading the book. I'm reading the book, and I'm going to do a book report on the book. But to be honest, I'm actually looking forward to it because I'm a hate read it. You know what I mean? Like, instead of hate watching, I'm a hate read it.
You don't even know how to read, bro.
I do know how to read. It's been a long time, but that's me. That I parked there.
Is that your car?
Yeah,
it's literally alarm is on.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't hear it?
Oh, my alarm is on. I'm sorry. Hold on. That's crazy. I'm so sorry. Wait, did somebody hit it or something? Is it off now?
No.
So, hold on. I'm sorry.
This range is not working. Austin said gay people are illiterate, though. It's true. Oh, it's off now. It was on, but the lights were still on, but then now the lights are off too.
Anyway,
yeah,
what's even more frustrating about
you taught me gay people are illiterate and don't know words, bro.
What is incredibly more frustrating about Kamala dropping the book is she seemingly has come out of absolutely nowhere, and instead of commenting on the horrific things that are happening around the world and in this country, she comes out and she drops a book where she's going to now go on a press tour just promoting her book.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, what do you mean meeting? She says in her TikTok she's meeting with who with world leader. What are you meeting about? What the are you meeting about?
Okay, my speculation. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, is your mic might be too loud. Okay. Because you yell a lot.
I know, I do.
My suspicion is she's going to come out on Stephen Colbert tonight while we're on the pod. And she's going to say like some wishy-washy, like, oh, what was going on in Gaza is so sad. We really need to make sure that there's food being delivered into Gaza. Okay. And then she's going to, of course, say like, but obviously it's Hamas. And also they need to release the hostages. And then, and she's going to drop one, I told you so, at least. Okay. And I think.
Then the crowd's going to cheer.
And I think that, yes, the crowd is going to cheer predictably.
Yeah.
And
no, she's not going to drop the I told you so. Colbert is going to say I told you so. Then she's going to sit silent and go, and then she's going to laugh.
Yeah.
She's going to do the loud tapping laugh, and everybody's going to clap and cheer.
And then, tomorrow you are going to see a mountain of like Mamala defenders come crawling out of the woodworks because for months we've been like, where's Kamala? Why hasn't she said anything? If she was supposed to be this like savior of the Palestinians, she never communicated that during the campaign.
Yeah.
And every single liberal is going to be up my ass being like, see, you said Kamala wouldn't be different than Trump on this issue, but she is. She told you so. She said so on the Colbert late night show. And then they're going to be like, this is why you should have voted for Kamala extra hard. You should have illegally voted for Kamala Harris. You tanked her campaign. That's what they're going to say. The left tanked her campaign for Palestine, and she clearly would have been different if she was president.
No.
I think that's what's going to happen.
No. I think you're accurate on that. But I mean, the people are already going crazy in the comment section, asking her to run for president. In 2028, which I have a prediction. It's my first ever non-liberal prediction in the history of ever.
Okay, let's hear it.
Kamala is going to run for president in 2028. Everybody's going to be all crazy about it. And then the first primary is going to come out and she's going to get like
one
8%.
vote. She's going to get one vote.
No, she's going to, yeah. She's not going to, she's going to run again.
She's going to get the only vote from Doug. Doug's the only.
Yeah. And then,
Doug Emhoff.
Can I have a really, really hot take. Hot prediction. Buttigieg and Harris are going to pull the lowest in the primaries. That's my hot take.
AOC victory.
Because
wide
all
sweep.
of it, well, I actually think it's going to be some sort of
AOC sweep.
I think it's going to be some sort of somebody that we don't expect. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think it could be
that could be anything.
It could be anybody. It could be anybody. It could be me. Right?
I'll take your
never
word
know.
on it, gay man. They said,
Yeah.
okay. Well, all right. Well, on that note,
Could be me.
everybody, we're going to end it here. Okay. Love you guys.
Madam Vice President, it's nice to see you again.
It's great to be. It's good to be here. Thank you.
First of all, you look rested.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
How you doing?
Well, I'm fine. I'll get plenty of rest in June.
Yeah.
Now, first time you've been here as just a citizen, not as a government official. This is your 8th visit to the show. Those are thank you for being here. Once you left office, I'm just curious. I'm gonna get into the details, and I wanna talk about your coming book, 107 Days. But before we do that, I'm just curious. Once you left office, how long before you turned on the news again?
Months.
Yeah.
What?
Months. I'm just not into self-mutilation, and I just, lots of cooking shows.
Oh, good.
Lots of cooking
Great
shows.
British Bake Off and stuff
the
like that.
kitchen.
That's great, man. I'm glad that she was doing self-care after she literally spiked a football and handed over the electoral victory to the Trump administration. You know, sorry, the genocide of Palestinian children had to continue. Nothing we can do about it. But hey, I've been doing all right. I don't see politicians as anything but people who work for us, who have the capacity to make necessary changes that will improve people's lives. I don't care if they feel sad. I don't care if they feel angry. I don't care if they feel hurt. I don't know why other people don't see it in the same way. It makes me mad. Even on the other side, even on the opposing side, when people just like get mad at AOC beyond what is like appropriate, get mad at AOC and be like, how could you betray us? How could you betray the working class revolution? It's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, that's your fault for thinking that she was going to be a person that brings about like a workers' revolution or something. You know? Like, what are you saying? Like, what is this like celebrity culture attitude that people have? But there's a reason why they're called public servants, you know? They serve us, they're servants.
First of all, thank you for doing your constitutional duty.
Right.
Without any question. And I'm just curious, at any point as you're counting to go, anybody want to storm the Capitol? Anybody? Nobody wants to?
Oh, here we go again.
But but in all seriousness, Stephen, I was fully aware of what that moment required, not just of me, but of our country. And I talk about it in the book. It was a difficult day, to be sure. And I had been at the Capitol 4 years before because I was then vice president-elect and I was a United States senator. So what I talk about in the book is that drive to the Capitol and remembering 4 years before and what Mike Pence did and what our Constitution requires and the importance of fulfilling those responsibilities. It was a difficult day because it conjured a lot in terms of what that exact day was, what that day has meant in the history of our country, the recent history of our country.
Did you talk to Pence about that at all, by any chance?
I did not. But I've been very happy to compliment him as often as I can for having the courage to do what he did.
Well, you announced yesterday, you made an announcement that you're not running for the governor of California.
Correct.
Even though in early polling you beat every other candidate by double digits, you said you're going to sit this one out. Why are you sitting this out? Are you saving yourself for a different office that might be?
No.
That's what everybody, obviously.
I know, but honestly,
obviously, people project onto their hopes and dreams.
And honestly, that it's more perhaps basic than that. Listen, I am a devout public servant. I have spent my entire career in service of the people. And I thought a lot about running for governor. I love my state. I love California. I've served as just elected district attorney, attorney general, and senator. But to be very candid with you, you know, when I was a young in my career, I had to defend my decision to become a prosecutor with my family. And one of the points that I made is, why is it then when we think we want to improve a system or change it, that we're always on the outside on bended knee or trying to break down the door? Shouldn't we also be inside the system? And that has been my career. And recently, I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think it's broken. I think there's so much, I mean, there are so many good people who are public servants, who do such good scientists, teachers and firefighters and police officers and nurses and scientists.
Benim rap'i versene bana rap. Anne açtım burada rap'i ver bana. Anne.
And so it's not about them, but, you know, I believe, and I always believed, that as fragile as our democracy is, our systems would be strong enough to defend our most fundamental principles. And I think right now that they're not as strong as they need to be, and I just don't want to, for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I want to travel the country, I want to listen to people, I want to talk with people, and I don't want it to be transactional where I'm asking for their vote.
Well, I gotta say, I want to talk about the book, but just to go back to what you just said, is that I have to say, as someone who is very qualified for the presidency, a senator, attorney general of California, a vice president of the United States, and then a very hopeful and dynamic presidential candidate for the 107 days that you had to run, to hear you say that it's broken, to hear you say that our systems aren't strong enough, is harrowing.
Well, but it's also evident, isn't it?
No, it is.
And it is.
It is harrowing. I mean,
and it is.
I mean, there's almost no
but it
curse
doesn't
word
mean we
bad
give
enough.
up. But it doesn't mean we give up. That's not my point.
Okay, because that's what I'm hearing. Like you don't want to be part of the fight anymore.
No, oh, absolutely not. I'm always going to be part of the fight.
Okay.
That is not going to change.
Right.
I am absolutely going to be part of the fight.
Yeah.
But
Stop the cap.
I think that we have to acknowledge and agree that, I mean, look, the power is with the people. That has always been the ideal and or I say the strength of our
Which is why we did everything in our power to refuse to listen to the people when they were screaming.
Nation of America, that we believe fundamentally the power is with the people.
We the people.
And we the people. And I believe right now that it is important to do what I can do from the positions that I have held and what I have seen about the world and our country to get out there and remind everyone who needs reminding right now of their power. It is our government. It is our country. And it is important, I think, that in this moment where people have become so deflated and despondent and afraid,
Yes.
that
God,
those of us who have the ability, which I do right now, not being in an office where I'm campaigning for that office, to be out there and to talk with folks and remind them of their power and their importance in making a difference.
Well, one of the things.
I mean, I just want to put a fine point on this. You can never let him.
Bro, this is so bad. It's like a total reversal of Bernie. Anytime Bernie has a camera on him, he is so issue focused. Constantly talking about the pain Americans are experiencing, the struggles Americans are experiencing, and what tangible policy solutions are to those issues. This is all vague generalizations, just like pointing the finger at like the dream of an America or something. Some kind of American mythology that she's pointing to. It's just all fluff. This doesn't work. It's just all nonsensical platitudes, vague generalizations. Like, this is...
Anybody take
whatever.
your power from you. You can never let anybody take your power from you. And that's what I think, for me, that's what I'd like to remind folks of.
Well, in the other big news that, as I said, you've written a book,
Yes.
107 Days.
Yeah.
It's describes the number of days that were in your campaign, which, as you said, is the shortest presidential campaign of all time.
Yeah.
Books after an election can tell a variety of stories. They can be like an audit of what happened, guides for the future, gossipy tell-alls. What do you want people to take from the story that you have to tell of those 107 days?
So this book is basically what I would offer as a behind-the-scenes sharing of what it means to run for president. It was an intense experience.
To run for president in a way that no one had run before.
Well, to run for president, period, but certainly in a way that no one had done before, and 107 days. I talk about in the book, there are some people who are born or grew up believing, I'm going to be president. I want to be president. That wasn't me. It wasn't. I knew I wanted to serve. I knew that. But I think there is something about it all that it can feel very opaque. Like, people feel like they know, there's these movies and these television shows, but what really is it like? And I hope by writing this book, one of the things that I do is help people see from the inside what it is in a way that they can see something about themselves that tells them, hey, I could do that, or I have that instinct, or I have seen moments in my own life when I've had to deal with adversity or attacks, but I can still get up and go. There's a lot of personal stuff in the book. Poor Dougie.
You're blowing the lid off of Doug? What's going on?
For example, my birthday's in October. The election's in November. You see where I'm going. And Dougie kind of dropped the ball on my big birthday.
He didn't get you anything?
Oh, you have to read the book.
All right, just tell me the page. Tell me the page.